Are you kidding me? I took first? Shut up. Holy sh! Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday. I have shot a previous Homebrew Wednesday intro, but since then I found out that I took first place in the US for the finals for the SJPORR challenge. And I have to say that I am still beside myself. I am absolutely stoked and just crazy excited about the outcome and where I stand and the fact that I am moving on to the global arena. So thank you to everybody who scored my beer and enjoyed it and it put me in the position that I am today. I'm honored and privileged and can't say enough about that. And since then, it's been a cool 24 hours. It's actually less than 24 hours. So I went to work today, and on the way back from work, I stopped for a late lunch at Pizza Port in not Carlsbad, in San Clemente, on the way back to Orange County. And I got a little bit of footage. I'll share that with you right here. I met the head brewer, Trevor, he was very interested. He's got home brewing roots, and he thought that the SJPORR challenge was really a cool thing. So I shared the link with him. I told him about my placing, and anyway, we hit it off. He gave me a little bit of a tour. So without further ado, here's some footage from Pizza Port in San Clemente. Cheers. Pizza Port, baby. Pizza Port, you know, they're all like that. Yeah, Pizza Port.
So
cool. So this is warm kettle action.
So that's steam going through because we're brewing tomorrow. So
You're warming things up.
Yeah, I'm trying to heat up hot liquor for a brew tomorrow. So we got the kettle going. I've also got the hot liquor tank on, which is underneath the mash tun.
Sweet.
So I got a 40 barrel control right here for tomorrow.
nice.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice and tight.
5, 6, and 7 actually ends up right here.
And I like the little bottle collection you got going.
Yeah, we got some stuff.
Yeah, that's
Very
pretty
cool.
But,
Some Rasputin.
Yeah. Some old stuff. But
Nice.
Aside from that, what else? We've got hops coming off the vine. We've got a ton of hops. It's just out of control. The Elder P is picking hops, and he had a fun little weekend up in Michigan. So here's some footage of the old man in Michigan and hanging out with the traveling growler for the Growler challenge. Cheers.
Here at Pleasant House in Three Oaks, Michigan.
Excuse me?
Thank you.
And what else? I've got more. On Sunday, I had a chance to do a brew by myself, which was fun. There was some high points and low points there. And went to the brew store. Check it out. Then after that, I did the brew day and brewed up a Newcastle clone. So I got some footage of that. So here you go. Brew day today, and I'm going to be making a Nuki clone, Newcastle. So I've got the Y yeast 1099 Whitbread Ale yeast. Expecting a original gravity of 1043. And so let's get started. There's the grain bill. It is 6 pounds of 2-row and about a pound, a little over a pound of specialty grains. You got Crystal 20, 60, 80, some chocolate, and some roasted barley. And then in addition to this, it's going to get a pound or a half pound of flaked maize. So, and it's going to be for a 5-gallon batch. Let's get it milled. There's our grist. Ready to go. It smells real nice. Brewing in the back 40. Found a little spot of shade. You see the hop yard down there. Shooting for a strike water temp of 75. Getting close here. Hops today are ½ ounce of UK Target and 0.25 ounces of East Kent Goldings. 60 and 15, I believe. Watch for that later. So it's that time on the brew day where you gotta crack a home brew. Strike water's going. We're getting really close to temp. We'll be doing in here in just a few moments. And figured I'd get into a beer from BioGrove, otherwise known as Troy. Co-worker. I've had a bunch of his beers. He was in the SJPORR challenge. Cheers, buddy. This is the California Common, and if I remember right, it's a little over 8%. So let's go ahead and get cracked into this baby. Boom. Gorgeous color on that. Look at that. Beautiful beer. Nice smelling beer too. Oh yeah. Nice light hops. Almost a lager-esque nose on it. It smells real clean. A little bit of fruity hops maybe. Cheers, man. That's nice. Malt's coming through nicely on that. Right on, man. That's delicious. Getting some notes of like some stone fruits, like pitted fruits and cherries, and maybe a little bit of plum. Nice balance with the hops, though. I'm not sure what hops went into this recipe, but it's really a good one, man. I really like this one. I think this is one of my favorites from your brewery so far. I'm gonna be sipping on that. Gotta go check my strike water and hopefully dough in here.
Going for a medium body on this, so we're going to try to mash around 67 or so. We're at 74.2. I was shooting for 75, so let's go ahead and go in. Oh, forgot something. I think earlier I mentioned that it was going to call for a half a pound of flake maize, but it's going to be a full pound. So that's going into. Alright, sparge water's up at temp. Start doing some boil off in here. Rich brown color. Take a look at that color. Yeah, it's not going to show up on camera. First runnings on this, we got a looks like mid 1070, 1073. Let's say 1073. This is going to be a 1.04548, somewhere in that range. Alright, it's time to sparge some here. Just going to batch sparge today. Go ahead and run some water off. Alright, I'll go ahead and let that sit for a few minutes and then come back and do Vorloff and take second runnings. The aroma coming off of this is wonderful. It's like a medium roast coffee and like a toasted almond. You know, kind of a nutty aroma. It's pretty fantastic. Runnings are starting to get down towards 10:15, so got the last little bit I'm collecting now. We got about 6.5 gallons, roughly. So I'm gonna get the last little bit of runnings here, kill it about 10:10, and then start the boil. I've already got the heat on, but we'll get that boil going. So pre-boil is 1.045, which is actually only 3 points under my target gravity, so I'm hoping we don't get too much higher for the original gravity after the boil. Had pretty excellent extraction on the grains, real nice efficiency. I haven't checked the numbers yet, but looking at what I drew off for gravities, it's looking real good. And it tastes really good. And I got something else to show you. I'll be right back.
Now, Illinois. It is with Nate Peacock. It went from me to Wally Fleck in, shit, I just sent it there. I think he's in Cincinnati. And then it went from Cincinnati over to Nate. So Nate's going to do some video footage. I was talking with Nate, and I've come to the conclusion that you guys should, just any videos you do with the Growler, just put them up whenever you want. Put them up as a public video, put them up in your Homebrew Wednesday video. I don't care. The only thing I ask is, because I do miss things, if you do a video with the Growler, just shoot me a link on Facebook.
So watching a little of Joe's Homebrew Wednesday, racking over the Belgian triple. And yeah, pretty solid clarity on that. This is Belgian triple sample. I just drew a gravity sample. I'm about to rack that over into secondary, and oh boy, that's a nice one. So I used the Belgian W from Omega Yeast Labs, and it is the West Malt strain, as far as I understand. Fermented out nice, finished at 1.006, so not all the way dried out, but pretty dried out. And I'll tell you what, the taste is pretty amazing. There's a lot of sweetness in there, even though it's fermented way down. Not a real hoppy beer anyway, so it might be it, but there is just enough balance. It's exactly what I was going for, so real happy with that. the triple recipe in the Brewing Classic Styles book. So cheers. Alright, 60-minute edition. Here's half ounce of Target hops. Boom. Just check the numbers. 1087 starting gravity, 1.006 final means that this bad boy is a 10.8% beer. Or will be once there's bubbles in it, right? And I think our plans on this are going to be to go ahead and bottle it and then let it age, because I've got to get some bottles over to Belgium somehow. 15 minutes left in the boil. We got some yeast nutrient Irish moss and a 1/4 ounce of East Kent Goldings going in the drink. And you can't see anything, can you? It's looking good. It smells good. Well, brew day's a wrap. Pretty much got everything cleaned up here. Yeast is pitched. Pitched a little warmer than I'd like. Had a little bit of trouble with the plate chiller, but it's basically just some kinks in the hoses and didn't get the first wort that was coming out chilled. And then I was able to get it flowing properly, but yeah, it was a little bit of trouble. But so got the wort into the fermenter, and was a little shy on the volume, so I added some top off water, which I hate doing, but it is what it is. Learn from this stuff. Yeast is pitched, should be fermenting here in a few hours. So that's the Belgian triple there, 10.8. All right, brew day's a wrap. Time for a cold one. Coconut IPA. There you go. Boom. Yeah, fairly decent clarity. Got some condensation on the glass. It's a hot, sticky one. Cheers. Oh yeah, coconut's still present. That hits the spot. Cheers. Kegging up the dipper. This one we're calling the two-headed snake. Not two-hearted. Two-headed snake double IPA. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Oh, don't lose the siphon. Like a hop ring in there. What the heck is that? That's awesome. Look how cold that baby is. Let's get into that. This is just filled with anger from Greenbush Brewery in Michigan. Giddy up. Greenbush Anger. This is their black IPA. Look at that beauty. Cheers. Very roasty, very chocolatey. Reminds me a lot more of a porter than a black IPA, but it's pretty good. Very good, in fact. Cheers. So, less than 24 hours later. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So she's fermenting away. And pretty cool. I dropped a bunch of ice blocks in there last night to get it down to temp, but there's the Belgian triple. Looking good. And Elder's back. Blip, blip, blip.
about 48 hours after pitching. Seems to be going well. Temperature's holding nicely. So that's about it. I'm still kind of basking in the whole SJPORR challenge, placing and taking first in the U.S. finals. Again, thank you to everybody. Thanks to Trevor over at Pizza Port San Clemente, and thanks to everybody in the challenge. And let's see Canada wrap it up next. Let's see who's moving on. Cheers, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.